Hello guys, and welcome to Boost Your Light Tarot. Today's reading we're going to be, I love these readings, we're going to be talking about your future spouse or your future long-term partner, married or not. This is the one that will be there till the end with you, and how you will meet them. It is a pick a card, and it's also timeless, so don't worry about the date of this video, just trust that you are meant to find it when you do. Amazing. So we've got 3 cards to choose from. We have the Vision. I love these cards, they're so cute. That's pile 1. Pile 2, we have the Vow. Again, gorgeous cards. And pile 3, we have the Starborn. So have just a second to really take a breath and have a think about which of these cards resonates with you. We're going to be using a few different decks today, and yeah, shall we get straight stuck in? Timestamps are down below, and enjoy your reading. Pile 1, if you chose pile 1, this reading is for you. Let me put these aside. Yes, welcome back. I've not been on YouTube for a while, so first video back, and a really happy one to do. Again, we're looking at your future spouse and how you will meet them. The Vision card, isn't that just the most absolute gorgeous card? Definitely the meaning of this, or certainly the message that's coming through rather, there's an inner knowing, so definitely, I mean, we'll see what the cards say, but it's giving me an idea that instant connection. But let's have a look. I'm going to draw some Lunar Soul cards, and then I think we'll get going with some oracle cards as well. But let's really look at your future spouse. Let me pop those aside and go from there. Right, so we've got the 10 of Discs. I do read these cards upright. 6 of Wands, and then we've got 3 of Discs. Let me pop that up there, and we can pop these up, and then we'll have a look at got 7 of Wands. Guys, got a lot of wands coming out here, and we've got the Hermit as well. And then I feel like we should pull out some, yeah, I'm going to pull out an oracle as well. Let's have a look. I'm going to use some Work Your Light. Gosh, I've not used these in so long. Work Your Light, Rebecca Campbell, which is gorgeous. I love the illustrations on here. So we've got Trust Your Path and Awakening. Amazing. Right, so let's get stuck in, shall we? Okay, so this is a really exciting spread, guys. Straight away, obviously we've got the Vision over here, but really big awakening and vision vibes coming through. So, you know, the connection feels fated, almost spiritually aligned, so to speak. Meeting them, it's like it shifts your perspective, or certainly your life direction. So this is a big spiritual connection here we're talking about. Really strong intuitive, or, you know, this is different feeling right away. So you'll know instantly when you meet this person. Looking a little bit of who they are, I'm drawn to start off with the Hermit. So, you know, we look at the Hermit, and obviously we see introverted, thoughtful, possibly older or very mature anyway. So definitely giving off like experience vibes, regardless of age, maturity, values solitude, and of course wisdom. But yeah, definitely depth over surface level life. So I'm getting the feeling that that's similar to yourself as well. So this person goes deep. They may work in a reflective field. I almost want to say healing, teaching, spiritual work, research, definitely something more than surface level. So, and again, I'm getting a real inclination here of healing or teaching vibes. So definitely that's such a lovely card. We've also got straight away drawn to the 6 of Wands here, which comes across, you know, this person is confident. We're talking about somebody confident, respected in what they do. Again, going back to the Hermit, it's like they've definitely achieved something meaningful or recognition in leadership role, I want to say. And again, I'm really getting, the message is really coming through from my guides that this is connected. So again, leadership, success within whatever this role that they're doing over here, which is so lovely. They definitely carry a quiet pride about them. Again, going back to the Hermit. So, you know, they're not flashy, they're solid, which, oh, I love that trait in a guy or girl, whichever suits. But yeah, so they're a very, very grounded person. We have also got, guys, the Ten of Discs over here, which I want to just show you. I love this card. Totally family, right? So this person, 100%, they're going to be family orientated, stable. They have a long-term mindset. The biggest thing that I'm coming through, this person definitely in the past, something's hurt them. So, you know, and I mean as far as romantic relationships, you know, they've been wounded too. So definitely this person values commitment, security, and they want to build a life. You know, they're looking for the same thing you are, which is why you're on this video. They're looking for someone that they really want that commitment with long term. So you'll definitely, you know, that's something that you're going to have hugely in sync with them. But yeah, they carry a quiet pride, as we're saying down here. So I'm getting a real, you know, the strong but silent type, which is my absolute perfect guy. Perfect vibe. Strong but silent, not flashy, as I said earlier. But they definitely are very much financially, going back to the Ten of Discs, and also materially grounded as well. So very sturdy person, very sturdy person. The relationship dynamic, so that's a bit about them. The relationship dynamic. We've got, first of all, we've got the, the Three of Discs coming up here. With the Three of Discs, I mean, I almost want to say, let me just consult my spirit guides here. You definitely, I would say, work together. I mean, you look at the Three of Discs here. There's a workman proudly showing off his works to hopefully his possible buyers of these wonderful ceramic works. However, we're talking about your relationship dynamic here. So certainly you would be very good either working together, but more than anything, there's going to be that championship. Yeah, you know, this is somebody that hasn't just got your back. They champion you in everything that you do. They love to show others what you've done, probably more so than themselves, because they're quite, you know, low-key about themselves. But when it comes to you, this person's going to want to show you off, literally. And yeah, that's really sweet. They're going to hold you in a very high regard, want to show you off. But certainly when it comes to, you know, your life goal and vision, when it comes to work and so forth, and if you haven't got that in place yet, this person certainly is going to help you push that forward without a shadow of a doubt. We have got the Four of Wands here as well, so we're getting a lot of strong home energy. Oh guys, this is just the dreamiest spread. You've come to the right place today. But it is, look, it's the glorious home and celebration energy. And dare I say it, in my eyes, the marriage card. It looks like they're celebrating a marriage right there. So again, going back to what we were saying earlier, this person's in it for the long term. They want and crave that solid commitment as much as you do. And definitely, once you get going, you will absolutely be in sync on what the future holds, so to speak. But yeah, definitely, you just feel stable and aligned very quickly. We said in the beginning with the awakening and the vision, you know, that you're going to know instantly there's going to be a shift, and it's a real deep connection, this, guys. I don't want to say twin flame or anything like that, but definitely a very deep spiritual connection. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of celebration, very stable. I feel that it's going to go quite quickly as well. You see with this marriage card, you know, we talk about moving in, marriage. So here's the thing, you both know what you want, right? You're both looking for marriage. You're both looking for that long-term partner. The vibe that's coming through is almost as if the question of waiting to start. well, this person is too, and when you kickstart, it's going to be amazing. Looking at, let's have a think about and channel some challenges and growth that may come through here. One of you may be guarded at first. We see that with the Seven of Wands here. So on the first meeting, definitely one of you will be guarded on the offset. And that's just due to, you know, your past patterns, what you've been through, your past feelings and so forth. But you need to stand your ground and not settle for less. You'll know when this person comes along. And it will be a case of, oh, are they too good to be true? And as I said, I'm not, you know, this is either coming through for you or for them. So be mindful of that. If it's not you feeling it, it will be them. And that's just because of past wounds. So it will be a case of, you know, you need to see it through, but also don't settle for less, because I've got my guys are saying, you know, it's almost like you've got people around you. When are you going to meet the one? You're too picky, you're too this. But no, your person is out there. Your soul knows. I want to say right now, which my guide is pushing me to get through to you, is that listen to your soul, you know. And when you find the one, you will know. There might be a little bit of hesitation at the beginning. Again, I'm not clear if that's from either you or them, but there really is this instant connection. It will just be because of past hurts that you're not sure whether to let go. There'll be that jittery moment of, oh, is this real? But everything that will transform from then on absolutely will be, and there will be certainty. But yeah, it requires choosing it despite outside noises. That is to say, that it's almost as if, because this will move so fast, that you will get a lot of outside input as to, are you doing the right thing? I mean, going back to what we're saying here and how quickly we're looking at moving on. So you will get a lot of outside noise, you know, that almost, that's going to question it. But you know, you've got to trust your gut and your soul. And that's the biggest thing that was coming through. In regards to how you will meet, we spoke about Three of Cups and Four of Wands combo, or let's go back to that. Where have we got? Or Three of Discs, sorry. I'm definitely getting almost a social event linked to work. So a work event, but that's in a social capacity. So that could be almost something to do with a work, someone's work party, a convention, a event, something work orientated, but is a celebration or is a mass. So definitely coming in there in the work vibe, but again, in a real celebratory situation. So it could even be an art gallery, or, you know, opening, and they're celebrating the opening, or a multitude of things. It will be a celebration in something to do in regards to work. So go to all the work events you can and all the work parties you get invited to, would be my advice there, my friend. But yeah, definitely, you know, on that vibe. It could similarly be through friends of work, a celebratory event, but it's a friend, you know, a work friend of your friend, if that makes sense. A colleague of your friend. I can't get my words out. But yes, it could be through friends, but definitely that work and celebration so is connected. So whether it be a colleague of a friend, or you meet at some kind of work, possibly a milestone event. Again, I'm just feeding you what's coming through here. The Ten of Pentacles, or Ten of Discs, I always call it Pentacles, Ten of Disc influence that's coming through on that, though, could also be through family and long-term networks or community spaces. You get my drift, right? So somewhere tied to stability, whether it be workplace, shared environment, home type setting, but celebration and the workplace are definitely, or friend or family, are definitely intertwined there. So that's the event. Timing and energy around the meeting. Let's hone in on that a little bit. So we've got here, let me draw you to this, trust your path. So, you know, this happens when you follow your own direction. You're not chasing love. So just keep going. This is already set in stone. The universe has its plans for us. Of course, we have free will, but essentially the core things that are meant to be will be, and this is one of them. So really trust your path. You may not expect it when it comes, and you'll be feeling completely aligned with yourself. And then you've got awakening on the very next door to that. So again, it's, you know, it's going to feel, and this is a turning point in your life. You may be going through some personal growth or change when you meet. So the message is get on that growth, and you know, don't shout at me, I'm on the growth stage. We're always on the growth stage, guys. I get this a lot when people say, oh, if I only keep growing and I'll meet someone. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you know, working on ourselves is a continuous evolutionary event. It continues and continues, and the moment we stop evolving and learning is the moment we become stuck and angry. So, you know, what I'm trying to say in the message is, you know, almost forget about them. They're there and they're going to arrive just as they're meant to, and you'll be concentrating in yourself, and just all you need to do, and the message for you moving forward is just to trust your own path right now, because you're doing great. Take a leap as well, and just trust your own path. Your awakening is coming, and yeah, you're going to be going through some great personal growth. And at the point which you meet, which is always the most wonderful time to meet somebody, I hope this is all resonating. Definitely comment below, guys. I could do with all the help at the moment for interaction. So if this, you know, resonates with you, please click like and comment below, and subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, really lovely reading. So just to summarize, you're going to be meeting them at a social gathering, or celebrating through social stroke work gathering, or celebrating through mutual connections. They're quietly confident, yet mature and stable. The relationship starts easy, joyful, and possibly friendship based, because again, one of you is going to be a little bit on the back foot, but then will go very quickly. It quickly develops into something serious and long term, and it just feels, guys, it just feels fated and transformative. So yeah, very happy for you. Oh, I'm sending you all the love and light, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, comment down below if it resonated, and I will see you soon for more videos. I am offering personal readings, so if you fancied that as well, to get more in depth on this or another matter, all my details in the description and on my profile. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, guys. Hello, guys, and welcome to pile 2. If you chose pile 2, this reading is for you. So let me pop these aside just for a second, and I'm going to be using a mixture. Firstly, welcome back. I've not posted for ages, so hello. I'm going to be using a mixture of decks today, and what a wonderful reading to come back to, your future spouse and how you meet. So yeah, shall we just get into it? I'm going to I'll go into them all in a moment, but let me get your spread ready. I'm going to be using the Lunasol Tarot deck today. I love this deck. I've given them a good shuffle already. So let's pop out. We've got the 4 of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords. A lot of swords coming through, guys. We have the Moon. Let me pop this up here a bit so we've got a little bit more room. I'm going to pull some more. We've got the Queen of Swords. A lot of swords. King of Wands. Whew. A lot of energy coming out, guys. We've got the Devil. People always freak about this card. Don't. It's going to be a good card too. There's no bad cards. There's just different messages. I'm also going to use some Work Your Light, Rebecca Campbell oracles. Oh, aren't they just gorgeous? We've got the Age of Light. And let's pull one more out. Lemuria. I just love these. They're just the most beautiful deck. Right, so your future spouse and how you'll meet. Let's take a deep breath and let's get going. Sorry guys, my camera totally just wigged out then. Hopefully you won't notice that. So, how you're going to meet and your future spouse. I say spouse, obviously partner, long-term partner, the person that you will spend your forever days with. So let's get into it. This is giving, or the overall energy here. Oh, let me move these out of the way. The overall energy. First of all, we've got Starborn. I love these cards so much. This is a strong, destined soul contract connection we're looking at here. So this is deep. It feels like you have known them before, past life, instant familiarity. So we're talking about deep, deep connections. Oh, I'm almost getting all the vibes about me. This is a great card. Yeah, this person comes in during a major personal transformation, I would say within major transformation, but we'll go back to that later. We've also got, and I'm just, normally I start here, but I'm really drawn to these two today. We've got the age of, and this is the overall energy. We'll go into it a bit deeper, but we've got the age of light, which I showed you, and Lemuria here as well. Let me pop these like this so you can see. It's almost like, guys, I read through my spirit guides as well, by the way, and all I'm hearing is it's literally like you've been preparing for this connection for a long, long time. Meeting them, I'm feeling it now, and it's the most beautiful energy. It's almost like it's going to feel peaceful, almost heaven-like after chaos is the best way to describe it. We're looking at huge spiritual growth and healing are key. My guide just said before they were and when they arrived. So there's two sides to that, which we'll go into. But yeah, the overall energy here is strong. I had a similar energy in pile 1, but this is more past life connection for sure. Very, very deep connection. But let's look at who they are, right? So first of all, I'm really drawn to this Queen of Swords energy over here. They're definitely giving off very intelligent, very direct, very emotionally self-aware. So super smart character here. I almost want to say, which sounds crazy, like a James Bond type vibe. You know that, yeah, super direct, confident, intelligent, spy-like. That's what's coming through. Not that means they're a spy, but definitely giving that cool energy. Very honest communicator, so no games, no, you know, which you'll be very thankful to hear, I'm hearing, but no games or anything like that. You know, this person is definitely, will let you know and be very clear about their intentions from the offset. I'm getting that they could be an air sign, so we're looking at either Gemini, Libra, Aquarius vibes, not necessarily that sign, but those are the vibes that they definitely give off within their character. I almost want to go right next door here to the Knight of Wands as well. So, you know, that mixed with the Queen of Swords, we're definitely looking at someone really passionate, adventurous, confident, again, a spy-like energy. But yeah, really, really confident, bold energy, goes after what they want. You know, they don't hang around, they're not shy about things, they don't mix their words. So it's like a mix of intellect and fire, mentally sharp, but exciting. Again, that spy, the fun spy character energy that we all see in the movies, right? That kind of vibe. So I will also point out, we saw this earlier, the Devil card. And again, it's nothing to be scared of, but we're looking at someone very strong physically and sexually, sexual magnetism, I want to say. This is someone that, you know, you will want to rip each other's clothes off straight away. There really is that not only mental attraction to each other, but in regards of your thoughts, they to you are just, you just want to grab them and pin them up, you know. They are it for you, and there's definitely not going to be anything lacking in that side of things and in the attraction game. But they've got a really intense presence, which is hard to ignore, which is, again, part of the thing that makes them attractive. It's almost that strong but silent type, right? But very fierce and calculated. Not calculated in a bad way, they're very measured with it. But yeah, they're very hard to ignore. They can be a little bit jealousy coming through in their vibes. But they, you know, again, they manage themselves well, but they have got a little tendency there to be a little bit, I don't want to use the word obsessive because that's too strong, but a little bit jealous. It just goes with their character, but in a genuine way, and certainly not a harmful way that's coming through. And we all like a bit of healthy jealousy, so that's there too. Moving on to your relationship dynamic. So we've got the moon first of all, right? So it's going to be a really deep, emotional, intuitive bond. I love this card, especially the Lunar Soul version. So we're looking at a really deep, intense bond here, guys. And a very emotional bond. So you're always going to know where you stand with each other emotionally. You're going to be very open with this person. Again, I will go back, take a step back from that. Obviously, when you first meet them, there's mystery because of their character. And we're talking in the initial moments you meet them. You're going to be like a bit on the back foot because not only you crazily sexually attracted to this person, so that's going to throw you off, and you need to hold your ground because you're amazing too. But also there's just going to be, yeah, a bit of mystery. How I said that, spy vibes. So, but essentially, when you do come together in union, you are absolutely going to be very connected on at that deep level there. It's almost like you have a strong, I want to say, subconscious pull towards. Like, I don't know why I'm drawn to you, but I am, and that feeling is going to be mutual. You know, you're just all about each other. You get those couples that are literally locked, and we look back, you know, we spoke about the starborn and that past life situation with you both. So definitely that comes through there. I want to go with, obviously, the Knight of Wands together, and this is when we look at your relationship dynamic and the Devil combination there. It's definitely going to be real passionate and fast moving, intense chemistry, as we said earlier. Can feel consuming or overwhelming at times because you're going to be rushing into it. So you both need to remember to just ground a little bit. And my guide's saying that the big lesson here is balance passion with emotional clarity. So just take a breath. You're going to be infatuated with each other, basically. If we look at the other side, challenges and growth of this unionship, we can look at the Ten of Swords here that I'm being drawn to. So if you have a look at this card, both of you, or possibly one of you, come from massive heartbreak in the past or betrayal. And, you know, that's going to be something, not to do with the other person, but, you know, that's something hard to overcome when you have been wounded that deeply. So either both of you or one of you will come from that, you know, betrayal in the past or real heartbreak. So there is that fear of being hurt again, which may show up early on in the relationship. So that's something to be mindful of. And we've also got the Four of Swords over here. So, you know, healing period before. We spoke earlier, remember at the very beginning we said there's going to be healing before and after. You know, you're both going to help heal each other in some way, but before there's going to be a lot of healing as well, which I'm hearing you're on that path already, which is great. So you just need to keep going. But you may meet after a time of isolation and rest because you are doing such deep healing. So that's definitely something that's coming through. I will bring into play the Moon and the Devil here together, guys. So, and this is when we're talking about challenges and growth, remember. So we've got these two cards here. And I just want to kind of point out that the both of you, and this is what you'll help break through almost together, is to avoid toxic cycles and obsession, which, you know, have happened in the past. And that's something, again, which, because it has happened so much in the past, isn't on the early stage, will be something to get through. But again, because of your deep emotional connection, that's definitely something that you can go through. But I'm hearing again that one of you or the both of you have been through real toxic cycles in the past. So on the early stage, there will be some getting over that. But that's the beauty of unionship. That, of course, you know, you can do as much healing before, but sometimes some of the healing comes after as well. Shall we get on to the exciting part of how you will meet? Let's channel this in. Definitely, as we spoke about earlier, we're looking at during a quiet phase of life, so at a point where you're really healing and focusing on yourself. I'm getting the vibes of possibly through work, study environment, therapy, wellness, in online intellectual space, some kind of self-improvement setting, anything in that kind of vibe. So work, study, intellectual or self-improving. And basically, as I mentioned, during a quiet phase of life, with the Knight of Wands influence there as well, it could, I almost want to say it could be unexpectedly with one of those things I just mentioned, but during travel or an activity that you're doing. But, you know, there is a very quick spark there. Obviously, there's a back foot a little bit, like always, because we're weary, but there's a very quick instant spark that we're talking about here. Definitely, when we're looking at timing, guys, you know, my guide's saying this is, and when we said at the beginning, right, this is big transformation stage, getting my words muddled up. So we're definitely looking after, I almost want to say, you know, the timing that you meet or the energy around meeting, it's almost going to happen after a major ending or burnout phase. You know, you will be more, you're more guarded, clear and selective when they enter, let's put it that way. And it might feel like I've been through enough, I'm not settling anymore, and then they enter. So at the end of a very big healing stage for you, What a lovely reading, guys. This is such a strong, fiery union here. Please comment down below if any of this resonates, because I'm excited for you and I'm excited to hear. So just to summarise, you're going to be meeting them during either healing or quiet, self-focused period. They are fiery, they're intelligent, they're direct, very passionate. The connection is intense, almost want to say magnetic, and hard to ignore. So you're going to know as soon as they walk into your energy field, you will feel them, you will see them, everything. Yeah, it's hard to ignore. It's going to start with a bit of mystery. There's going to be a strong pull, not full clarity at the beginning, as we mentioned. But yeah, the biggest lesson my guide is saying to remind you of, though, is don't lose yourself in the intensity and to stay grounded, because this is going to get super intense. But that healing we spoke about that you would have done before they arrive, that will help you with that. So yeah, just stay grounded, because it's going to be super intense. But it's karmic, guys. This is a transformative relationship. It's not light, it's not casual. It is karmic. Let me know your thoughts. This is super exciting. If you resonated, please give the video a like, and definitely let me know before. I've just come back after, you've probably noticed, over a really long period of being away. And yeah, I'm excited about getting it going, but all the comments and things really help the algo. Gosh, I'm too old for this now. You know what I mean though. So yeah, much appreciated. If you don't follow, do, because I'm going to have lots of cool readings coming out soon. I have opened up some space for privates as well. So if that's your jam, feel free to get involved. And I can offer a private reading either into this or another subject. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Eternally grateful, and sending you all the love and vibes for the intense passion you have coming your way. Light and love, guys, and I'll see you soon. Hello, pile 3. If you chose pile 3, this is your reading. And we're looking at future spouse and how you'll meet. You may have noticed the lighting has gone somewhat. My camera wigged out earlier, so it's actually later this evening. So apologies for that. It's a little bit darker. But yes, excited to do this reading. So all about your spouse. Let me just get rid of these. And also, I'm going to be pulling some oracles as well. But we're going to look at all about your future spouse and also how you're going to meet. And we'll look into it a bit further as well. Let me just draw some cards. I'm going to put that there for a second and see what we're up to. But yes, welcome back to my channel. I've been away a little bit, as you've probably noticed. So nice to see you all again. Definitely drop me a comment down below if you are an old subscriber. And oh, so nice to see you. Right, let's get into this. So we're talking about your future spouse. We've got the Ace of Wands. We have the King of Cups, interesting. We have the Ace of Swords. I'll go into these obviously in a second. We also have the Five of Wands. We have 10 of Cups. This is a nice vibe pile, guys. Today's readings have been so lovely. It's so nice to be back. And we also have the Tower. And I'm also going to pull, which I haven't used for ages, and they're so gorgeous. Rebecca Campbell, Work Your Light Tarot. I think, is it Danielle Noel does the illustrations on these? They're just so gorgeous. Look at them. Beautiful. But I'm going to pull a couple of these out for you as well. We'll get a little bit more insight. Future spouse readings are always exciting, right? It's always nice to get a bit more insight, learn a bit more. We have Mintakan. And we also, I'm going to pull one more out here. And we have Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. All right, let's go for this. Let's get into it. This is giving me all the vibes, guys. Obviously, we've got the vow, but the whole energy, before I go into it individually, the whole energy is just giving me, obviously, deep connection. We're talking about your future spouse, right? Or I say spouse, your future partner, the one you ride or die till the end, so to speak, whether you get married or not, the one for you. But obviously there's a deep connection there. But it's almost very strong. I want to say the word promise keeps coming through, and loyalty. So definitely relationship embedded with absolute to the extreme loyalty. This person will always have your back. But yeah, we've obviously got, and that's certainly looking at the vow card, which kind of gives us all of those vibes. Definitely, I use my spirit guides as well to get some messages here. I want to kind of focus on these two first, the oracle cards. Obviously we had Mitakam, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers, gorgeous card. And we've got Anagram, Mother of Jesus, sending the light, laying foundations, and divine plan. And definitely the vibe that's coming through in regards to these, and again, we're talking about kind of the theme of your future spouse here. I want to see deep soul connection, of course. This is your person, so of course there's a deep connection, but I just keep getting the message kind of home. There's a real home vibe about this. You know, you're always very homely is the word that's coming through. I'm going to go into that in just a second. But yeah, just that home feeling with this person, very nurturing, big healing vibes coming through as well, guys. Really big healing vibes. Almost, I want to say sacred relationship. But yeah, super divine timing, strong, I want to say feminine, heart-centered energy that's guiding this. But yeah, let's go into your future spouse and more about who they actually are. I've got to point out the obvious here, the King of Cups. Regardless, of course, whether it's female or male who you're attracted to, this is all about the energy. So certainly with the King of Cups energy, we're talking about, you know, someone emotionally mature, calm, compassionate, all the energy that this card normally brings. They, you know, they're a deep feeler, very in control of their emotions though, but very deep feeling on that. But yeah, control is something that they have, which is fantastic always. But really just a safe, supportive, nurturing kind of person that we're looking at, which is bloody marvellous. I do want to say as well, we've got the Ace of Swords here and the Ace of Wands. Obviously, you know, we're looking at someone, well, the Ace of Swords, that certainly comes across as honest, a clear communicator. Definitely this person values truth, I would say. Yeah, definitely values truth, clarity, and very direct. So, you know, this one's not going to be one to beat around the bush with. They appreciate directness, which is certainly an absolute value in today's world. So very direct, mentally sharp, intelligent, yeah, but very calm, quiet as well at the same time as that. Passionate, of course. Then you've got the contradictory here, so we've got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, not contradictory, sorry, but complementary, because they're also, as well as being that kind of, you know, they've got the emotion there and the emotional intelligence of the King of Cups. You've got obviously the Swords coming in with the clear communication and values truth and directness and clarity, but they're also super passionate. You know, they strong life force energy, almost like, I don't know why, but literally lightsabers and Star Wars just came into my mind then. But yeah, serious life force energy. They bring excitement into the room. So, you know, that kind of person you all, that you speak to and generally excites you, they very much emit that kind of energy, which is fab. But yeah, overall, really balanced person, emotionally, mentally, and passionate. So you've got literally the trio coming in there, which is fabulous, right? So yeah, that's great news in regards to them. So very, very measured person across all ends, shall I say. The relationship dynamic, I'm going to kind of come down over here to the Ten of Cups, which I love this card. Just see such celebration. Just happiness. It literally is the dream relationship. I mentioned earlier about that they don't, that directness, and also because they are such a deep emotional thinker, you know, this person isn't going to keep you on your toes. They're not going to play around with you. They're purely focused on you, the relationship, the family, and growing together, which is amazing. And you know, they long for, as I said, the dream relationship. Really strong potential for a family coming through here as well. Whether you'd planned that, or those of you, my guide just said, even the ones that haven't planned it, you know, you never know what the future holds, which may be your worst nightmare right now, but hey, it's what's coming through. But yeah, definitely the possibility of family. I see lots of children as well, so that's really beautiful. But yeah, this whole thing, just the whole dynamic of the relationship, it just feels really aligned and peaceful and deeply loving, which, oh, I just got the loveliest tingles, which I'm feeling that you will be a really welcome situation for you after everything that life has thrown at you, shall we say. Let's look at some of the challenges and, or growth, shall we say, that you may have within this relationship. And I want to come down to this 5 of Wands over here that we pulled out earlier. Definitely feeling that to start with there may be a bit of outside interference. I almost want to say competition, as in that when you meet this person, they're not the only one with their eyes on you. I feel that they're going to have a bit of a competition, one way around or the other, but I'm feeling it's more likely that you will have 2 people coming at you, and this is a competition for them. But there is going to be a bit of competition there in the beginning, initial tension, so to speak, from outsiders. So there could be whether there's multiple people involved, perhaps this person is already involved with someone else, not in a deep way, but is already involved with someone else, or entangled, shall we say, when they first meet you, or again, that might come from your side. But it's a busy environment, shall we say, when you meet. Very busy. Internal conflict before fully choosing each other, I would say, is coming through a little. So the start might be a little bit bumpy, but it's all because of outside influence, as I said, everything, which is why ultimately you will come together. But yeah, a little bit busy and happening at the beginning there. And I do want to show you as well that obviously we've got the Tower over here. And yeah, everything that I just said, as well as I think it's going to be a really unexpected meeting, right? So that's what's coming through, is that you will not be, wherever it is you meet, you won't be expecting it. It's going to come, boom, out of the blue in a possibly messy, I don't want to say messy because it's not messy, but there's entanglement, there's other people involved. But yeah, it may come fast and disrupt, well, it will come fast and totally disrupt your path, is basically what it's saying here, and what's coming through. So, but in the best possible way, because the outcome is the love of your life, who is so balanced and in tune with your energy, and who will be. And they hold those 3 things, the swords, all the beautiful energy of the swords, the cups and the wands, which is a beautiful measure. So a little bit of a rocky start, but yeah, ultimately it's leading to something amazing, and it will help you both of you break old patterns as well that you may have. You're coming together, which is wonderful. I think finding a voice for one of you is that pattern for sure. Let's look at how you'll actually meet, because this is the exciting bit. We spoke about, obviously earlier, it's going to be unexpected. You put the wands, or I'm going to even go with the Ace of Wands and the Tower together, right? And totally unexpected, sudden encounter, literally like a spark out of nowhere. That's why I wanted to bring this Ace of Wands in. So it really is going to be like, whoa, did not see this coming. You're not going to see it coming at all. So it's going to catch you really unexpectedly. And yeah, it just feels like a spark out of nowhere. Wonderful spark. Yeah, definitely what's coming through here, and what spirit guide's saying, is that it's definitely going to come at a moment of almost, I don't want to say chaos, but change, or in the middle of a life shift. There's a lot going on when you meet and when you get together. Let's just say that. Let's go to the 5 of Wands again, when we're talking about how you'll meet. We've already said, which ties into everything, it's going to be some kind of crazy, I'm getting like almost a busy, competitive or chaotic environment. That could lead to something, I almost want to say an event, definitely a group setting. I almost want to say possibly a workplace as well. But definitely some kind of event or group setting, or somewhere there's a lot of energy and activity. And again, you will not be expecting it. There's a lot going on. And then again, obviously bringing the Ace of Swords back into that. Conversation is key, my guide is saying. You connect very quickly through talking. So, whether you won't have experienced it quite like this before, but maybe something similar when you meet somebody for the first time, regardless who it is, romantic or not, and you just click. You can just talk for hours. That's what it's going to be like. There's an immediate connection through speaking. And yeah, so that's really exciting. But yeah, so in a group or that kind of setting, but conversation is key to you guys. And that's what builds this utter loyalty, and conversation does flow very easily between you, which again is of course the foundation for your love. So yeah, all good stuff there. I'm trying to think if anything else is coming through. My guide, literally just said, oh wow, that's different. That's how you'll feel when you meet them. Oh whoa, that's different. Unexpected. No one's quite clicked with you in that way before. It definitely sets you off the foot, as in unexpectedness. We keep saying about this shock. So yeah, that's super exciting. But oh, this is exciting, guys. Let's have a look. I'm trying to think what's coming through next here. Let's get some more messages for you. In regards to timing, guys, I mean, obviously it's really hard to predict timing to a T when it's a reading in this kind of style on a pick a card. But definitely, as I said, we spoke earlier about during, get some more clarification here. So yeah, I keep getting that thing back again that we spoke about earlier, a major life shift or almost like a breakthrough moment that you're having. So, and you won't be looking, it literally interrupts your current flow. So know that, you're not looking at all. It's a massive interruption, if anything. But yeah, it feels sudden, but very right. Really sudden, but really right. But this is wonderful and really good energy, guys. And I'm excited for you. When I do these readings, I just always come back, as and when you meet this person, always come back and comment. I love this. If this resonates with you, please comment below, because these are really lovely cards and a really lovely union. And I'd really like a bit of this person myself, personally. They sound amazing. So yeah, definitely comment below if this resonates. And also, I'd be hugely appreciated if you give me a thumbs up, a like. I'm back new to YouTube, so I'm trying to re-kick that algorithm in again. But yeah, all the help and love would be appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, do so. But yeah, just before we go, I'm going to give you a quick overview again. So again, you're going to meet them unexpectedly, busy or chaotic setting. They are emotionally mature. They are honest, they are passionate, all of those things. The connection is balanced, heart, mind and attraction. Quickly leads to a very deeply fulfilling relationship and long-term commitment. It's strong marriage energy, guys, which of course that's the reading. But yeah, stable, loving and aligned. And it may start with chaotic disruption or chaos or disruption, but it leads to something really, truly beautiful. The vow. Guys, I'm excited for you. Again, let me know below your thoughts, and I will see you soon in the next reading. Sending all the love and light. Cheers, guys.